Welcome to SmartFox TV. This is Sally Fang, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Welcome to National News. This weekend, the Los Angeles Lakers made it to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2010, and they are up for the challenge. So far, the Lakers have defeated Portland Trail Blazers, the Houston Rockets, and the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs. Wednesday night, they will face the Miami Heat in the NBA Finals. The Miami Heat had a surprising playoff run as well. They upset the number 1 seed Milwaukee Bucks with a 2-time MVP Giannis. The 2020 NBA Finals will be an interesting one. LeBron playing his former team with no live fans since COVID-19. There will only be family and friends in attendance. The championship has a special meaning also for the Lakers and the fans after the loss of Kobe Bryant. At the end of the day, we just hope that we can make him and his family proud. End quote, LeBron James. Another all-star athlete who has shown her personal connection to the legend, Naomi Osaka. During the Women's U.S. Open tournament, Naomi Osaka wore a Kobe jersey after every tennis match. Osaka, a proud multiracial player and first Asian descent player to have a top ranking in tennis, won the finals in the women's singles, beating Shelby Rogers, Jennifer Brady, and Victoria Azarenka. After the big win, she shared a photo on Instagram holding the trophy while wearing a Kobe jersey. She stated, "I truly think it gave me strength." When talking to reporters, she spoke about how it meant a lot to her that Kobe believed in her, stating, "I just want to be the type of person that he thought I was going to be. He thought I was going to be great. So hopefully I will be great in the future." That's all for National News.
Hi everyone, and now it's time for our pop quiz. Question: what is another word for lexicon? Is it A, encyclopedia, B, dictionary, C, thesaurus, or D, index? Stay tuned for the answers.
Hello and welcome to International News. On September 21st, paleontologists in China discovered a brand new species of burrowing dinosaur that date back an estimated 125 million years. The newly found dinosaur species was discovered in the Lujing beds, located in northeast China in the Liaoning province. The fossils of the Changmianya Liaoning genesis were found perfectly intact and uninterrupted, suggesting to scientists that the animals were trapped by a volcanic eruption while they rested at the bottom of their burrows. Mexico announced yesterday that they will close the Puente Grande federal prison, the prison known for the 2001 escape of the drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman. Guzman was serving a 20-year sentence. When he escaped prison, he escaped in a laundry cart and paid off the staff. The prison had lax standards and was given the nickname Big Door. The Federal Public Safety Department did not give a specific reason for the shutdown, but it was more part of a modernization effort aimed at ensuring prisoners' rights and rehabilitation. All inmates in the prison currently will be transferred to other facilities. That's all for international news.
Quote of the day with Kim McCurry. Some succeed because they are destined to. Most succeed because they are determined to. By Henry Van Dyke. This is one of my favorite quotes in all of my life, and let me tell you a small background story for it, okay? When I was 15 years old, I tried out for the girls' basketball team. It was on recommendation of my jumps coach for track and field. I, for the life of me, could not make a layup. And because I could not make that layup, all the girls on the team, including myself, had to run multiple suicides. And as much as the girls were rooting for me and cheering me on for me to make that layup, maybe secretively they were speaking about me and very upset about me. And of course, this came around to me and I was upset about it. But on that particular day, after I voiced my opinions to my coach, and he was very welcoming and wanted to solve the issue for me and talk to the girls, I received a fortune cookie. And this wasn't an ordinary fortune cookie, you know, the ones you crack open from Panda Express. It was actually a cardboard fortune cookie. It was a cardboard that read fortune cookie. And I opened it, and there was that quote. Some succeed because they are destined to. Most succeed because they are determined to. And it really sunk into me as a 15-year-old. I realized maybe at that point that what I was striving for, even though I was practicing even outside of it, the only way I can continue to be on that path of success was to continuously practice. I unfortunately ended up quitting the girls basketball team. It was just conditioning, by the way. I didn't make the team just yet. Even though I ended up quitting, I ended up realizing my own dreams and what I actually wanted to strive for. And although I did love sports in high school, my real goal was education and on a path to professorhood. So some succeed because they are destined to, most succeed because they are determined to. There will always be that handful of people that are just naturally talented, naturally great at something that, you know, they didn't have to try. All they had to do was breathe. But there will be that more than handful of people that really have to work themselves towards achieving those goals that they want. And in that way, it's not about destiny, it's about determination. Okay, so thank you for joining me today for the quote of the day by Henry Van Dyke. Some succeed because they are destined to, most succeed because they are determined to. I hope you enjoyed my small story.
Welcome, everyone. This is sort of a combined episode of science and good news for Good Science News. Okay, so for the first bit of good science news, we're going to go to Mars. Over on Mars, there's an orbiter flying around the planet. It's the Mars Express orbiter sent by the European Space Agency. And Italian scientists using this orbiter, they're using what's basically a radar sounder. They detected what they describe as salty underground lakes or ponds underneath the south pole of the planet. Pretty deep into it, not right on the surface, but nonetheless, liquid water on Mars, which could mean that it has microbial life. Nothing big, unlikely, but small little things that are under the water that we can't see without a microscope. This is all, of course, upstaging Venus, which just last week we talked about has something similar in the case of phosphine in its atmosphere, an organic type of material that could indicate some other type of life form on the planet, most likely in the clouds. All sorts of interesting stuff going on in our own solar system. That is our first bit of good science news. Okay, so for the next bit of good science news, we actually go to Los Angeles at the UCLA Mattel Children's Hospital, where there's a robot named Robin wandering the halls, interacting with kids that are stuck in isolation, usually from COVID or something similar. And this robot, it's an emotionally intelligent robot. It's providing emotional support to these kids and at the same time learning from them. The kids are teaching them how to respond to teaching Robin how to respond to feelings. And as such, Robin learns and gets better at it. Currently, Robin has a controller, but the goal is in a few years that Robin becomes fully autonomous, basically wandering the halls and helping without any support. Super awesome technology. The possibilities are endless. Eventually, they could use it in any situation where someone might need a companion. Awesome news. Another bit. Next bit. In other good science news, there's a new reality show in the works called Space Hero. It aims to send somebody into space in the year 2023 through a reality show. Not much detail beyond that. This US-based company is going to go through another company called Axiom Space Incorporated, which basically trains astronauts for space missions. It's a rigorous, intense process, just like any astronaut would go through. Then send them up for 10 days with professional astronauts to have the time of their life. I mean, what can you say? You're going to outer space. What a great deal, right? Of course, it's a reality show, so who knows how many people are going to apply for it. And then, of course, as we've seen with other space ventures in the past, it doesn't always pan out. But here's hoping, because how awesome would it be to get a chance to go to space? More great news. Continuing on in good science news, this one's, I guess you can call it good. Depends on how you like the guy. Mr. Elon Musk, founder of Tesla, one of the founders of Tesla, has designed or is designing a new $25,000 Tesla. A drastic price reduction compared to the roughly $40,000 cheapest current car of the Tesla Model 3. So what does that mean? Why is it so cheap? Well, a couple things are happening. Tesla is aiming to bring their battery production back home from Asian countries and China, for example. Bringing it home will reduce the cost of transportation, making it cheaper to get to their plants. But also just general costs. It's amazing that in the past 10 years, the cost of batteries have come down about 90%. It's just gotten cheaper to make batteries. And because of that, they're able to make cars cheaper. They've given themselves a deadline. Musk is, he's iffy on deadlines, but he's saying 2023 to see this car out. Some exciting things, which means that an electric car can now be something that's for the masses. $25,000 is a lot of money, yes, but still considerably cheaper than where they were, or even where they are right now. Pretty amazing stuff. Here's hoping that it works. More excellent news. Well, thank you for watching. I'm Chris, and this has been Good Science News. Back to the rest of the news.
Welcome back to Pop Quiz. What is another word for lexicon? Is it A, encyclopedia, B, dictionary, C, thesaurus, or D, index? If you chose dictionary B, you are correct. Now let's see here. Lexicon is a vocabulary of language, person, or branch of knowledge. An example sentence for this would be, it's hard to understand a child's lexicon because there's so much slang these days. Well, I hope you enjoyed this segment of Pop Quiz. And remember, lexicon is another word for dictionary.
Thanks for watching SmartFox TV. I'm Chris Yates.
I'm Kim.
I'm Sally.
I'm Tracy.
Until next time, stay
Stay
foxy.
foxy.